What up, what up? How you guys doing? My name is James Ahere, co-founder of Weza Interactive Entertainment, Huku Weza Tunaweza. For those who don't know me, I'm an entrepreneur. Welcome to my channel where we talk about entrepreneurship, the hacks, the ups, the downs, and how to get this money. Let's go. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, who exactly is an entrepreneur and what do they do? So an entrepreneur is a person who identifies a need in the market and seeks to fulfill it. And of course, make a profit. We have to get money, guys. We have to get money. From that question, of course, you've understood, okay, this is what an entrepreneur does. Then, do you have what it takes to become an entrepreneur? Are you willing to do the work to become an entrepreneur? Because you're gonna go through a lot. You're gonna have to do a lot of research. You're gonna have to build a team. You're gonna have to lead this team. You're gonna have to go fundraise. You're gonna have to put yourself out there. And you're gonna have to participate with so many different individuals, so many different personalities, which is gonna really stretch you. So are you really willing to become an entrepreneur? Number 3, do you have a market for your product or your service? Well and good. You're able to build a product. Well and good. You know what services you want to provide to the market, but do people actually want your product? Do you even know how your buyer persona looks like? Do you know how your target audience looks like? How do they think? What do they want? Why do they want it? And will they consistently want to buy your product or your service? So you have to be able to know who your target customer is and how big your target audience is, because you need to create a sustainable business. Number 4, do you have the tools or the resources to build this business? The tools can be productivity tools, operational tools. And when I talk about resources, this can be human resources. Do you have a credible team, a world-class team that can build your products? Do you even have the natural resources? Do you have the equipment to build your products, to actually provide your services? Number 5, do you understand your industry? And when I talk about industry, do you understand the stakeholders within your industry? Who are the participants? Who are the suppliers? Who are the distributors? And who are the regulators? All these people are going to affect how your business runs, because you can't run a business in a vacuum. When you talk about suppliers, these are the people who provide you with the tools that you're going to need to actually scale, to actually build your product, to actually provide your services. The distributors, they're going to open you up to new markets. And your regulators are going to actually, show you the limitations of how you're going to do your business. Do you need any licenses? How about your taxes? How are you going to pay your taxes? Do you need accountants? Do you need lawyers? That's a very important question for you, so that you can be able to run a sustainable business. Number 6, what is your short-term plan and what is your long-term plan? It's very good for you to define this, because you have to have a vision. No one can actually join your business. No one can actually work with you. No one can actually invest in your business if you don't know what your short-term plan is and what your long-term plan is. Let's even talk about employees. Employees want to know that they can grow in your business. They want to know that in your business, they can be able to, get a promotion. They can be able to get a higher pay package. And they want to know, okay, with this company, with your short-term goals, you're going to be able to generate this amount of revenues. Or with your long-term goals, this is how much this company is going to expand. You might have different business units. You might have different functions. So all these are things that you have to define for yourself. What are my short-term goals and what are my long-term goals? Number 7, what is my SWOT? So what does SWOT mean? SWOT is basically, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? And what are my threats? When you talk about your strengths and weaknesses, this is more internal. I can give you an example. Like I mentioned before, I am an entrepreneur of an interactive media studio, and we create video games. So one of our strengths is, I can say, our CEO. Our CEO had studied software engineering, programming, and he's also had experience within the gaming industry, locally and also abroad. So that's something I can go and tell an investor, we have one of the best developers in the continent. he has this and this and this qualifications. That's a strength. When you talk about weaknesses, you can mention, oh, we don't have funding. So we don't have the capital to run our business. Or you can even say, our team, we're just 3 people. And we need like a team of 10 people to be able to scale, to be able to churn out products, to be able to churn out services. You see, it's an internal assessment of yourself. When you talk about opportunities, this can come from data. For example, our industry, the gaming industry, you can be specific with it. You can say mobile penetration within Africa has really increased. Right now we have over 63 million people with smartphones, and that's very good for the mobile gaming industry. Or you can talk about our population. By 2025, you're gonna have 600 million Africans who are on the continent, and majority of them are going to be youth. And you can even go further and more specific and say these youth are the people who are gonna be our target audience, because gaming is mainly played by the youth, and this is where we're going to focus our marketing and all. And then you can actually even go further than that and tell them, okay, this youth, this percentage of them actually spend money on games. You see, you have to really understand your opportunities. And when you have data, that's when everyone is feeling confident with you, your investors, your suppliers, even your employees. So those are your opportunities. And then your threats. Threats can even be, legal, it can be political, it can be environmental, it can even be technology-wise. You can say, oh, this certain technology is going to be, it won't be relevant in the next few years because, technology is always advancing. The political situation, maybe an election is happening, or maybe there's this tribe or these communities who are fighting, and you don't really know how safe it's going to be for business to sustain itself. So you have to be very aware of the threats so that you can be able to plan your business. If you guys reach the end of this video, thank you so much. If you feel like there's anything that you'd like to share, shoot it in the comments. One thing I would like to mention is always ask yourself questions. You have to ask you who, the what, the why, the where, the when, the why especially. Because once you identify your why, you will be able to know your main motivation for when you have the ups and the downs of running your business. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Let's get this money.